want to enable people to grow in their lives without always focusing on micromanaging and, trying to suppress people, because that's the other part too. As much as the economy has gotten worse, people have gotten more empowered, and these platforms have opened a world that didn't exist before. And so you can't have it all. I think organizations will have to learn eventually that if we are hiring such high quality talent, that doesn't mean we own that talent. That talent will have even more bigger needs to fulfill, and sometimes the organizations can't fulfill all the needs all at once. Like my organization could not give me a chance to do a lot of public speaking, so I was able to do it outside, and that made me a really, really great employee because I was so happy outside, and there was no conflict of interest. In fact, it actually makes your employees more happier and better. But I just hope that there are more people who can make those connections. I think these are better initiatives than any other initiatives that companies can take, where employees have more freedom, more opportunity, more ability to express themselves. Because in fact, that's what diversity is. I mean, I think we get caught up in diversity thinking it's about the color or the gender or all these other things. But diversity is diversity of thought, and allowing that in all way, shape, or form is what leads to inclusion, and then leads to better business. Because if you look at people from Google and Uber and all these big companies, most of them have newsletters. So many of them have such big brands on LinkedIn. It's crazy. And the instant they post something, it goes crazy because it just says Google on top, right? Like, it's such a big brand. But now Google is benefiting, and they're benefiting too. And even after Google pays so much money, it's not enough for these guys. So they need to make more.
I know, right? Like the most entry level role is like 250,000.
Exactly.
And they're still going out.
They're like, that's not enough.
Absolutely. Everyone wants to be a millionaire.
Exactly.
It's funny. I think I saw this executive who used to work for Chick-fil-A. He did a lot of community investments and things like that. I forgot his name, but he's no longer with Chick-fil-A, but he was a C-suite or senior VP or something like that. But every time he posted him being at an event or something like that, he was showcasing his personal book. And so I don't know what happened behind the scenes, but he ultimately launched his own business. But it was a lot of content of him being out there, writing the big checks, but also promoting his book as an officer of Chick-fil-A, this massive company. And so it's like the opportunities are endless.
I love that. And I think that's the best part. I think everybody's frustrated that there are not enough opportunities, but very few people are taking the opportunities that come from personal branding. And that's on you. I mean, that's not on anyone else. That's not on the market if you're not posting on LinkedIn every day. That's not on the government that you're not starting your podcast. Like, that's on no one but you. And if you're not even controlling the factors that you can control, then you shouldn't complain that there are not enough opportunities, because there are opportunities everywhere, right? Like, people are making money on tarot cards on TikTok. Like, that's all they do all day long, and people just keep paying them like $1, $5, and these people are making so much money with just a silly thing like that. So with your knowledge, and if you are in tech, or if you have a career of 5 years, 10 years, you definitely have something to add value to other people's life, and all you have to do is just get started. Just like Orlando said, commit and then figure it out.
Here's the biggest kicker to building a personal brand, why everyone should do it. The current president of the United States had a personal brand way before he became the president the first time. And that's exactly what helped them the second time. So you can't tell anyone else about a personal brand doesn't work. You have the president of the United States who has a massive personal brand and leverage to winning the highest office, in the land. So it absolutely works, babe. It absolutely works, people. Yeah. Right. I seen that. I saw Joe Rogan in the audience. I'm like, what is he? He loves UFC, right? Him, Dana White, they're all up in there. The weirdest combination of folks, all because of their personal brand.
And that's true for our lives too, right? Like, the people you talk to, the people I talk to, like, there's no reason. I was telling my husband the other day, I was like, there's no reason I should know these people if I was stuck in my cubicle, didn't have a personal brand, didn't do anything. Correct. I would have such a boring life. Like, now I know people in every state. If I go to any state, I can find a couch. Like, I know for a fact that somebody will house me for one night. Like, I know that many people. And if I need any help, I think I can reach out to so many people instantly who will get back to me saying, hey, either I can help you or I can't. But that's what network really is, whether you use it for professional growth or business growth or whatever growth. I tell everyone, if you don't have a network, because I didn't when I moved to America, I knew no one. I have one distant relative who we never talked to him, like there's no connection. But I built all this network from scratch by just doing my podcast. And I tell people all the time, you want to build a network from scratch, just start a podcast. You will be shocked how many people will just show up and they'll become your friends like over time.